Okay, and I have sharing capacity as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's rock. I am excited. I am ecstatic, actually. Let me not press that. Have you ever felt like, oh, I'm about to make an error? I almost pressed the leave button.
Uh-oh. Nope, don't want to do that. We
Don't
need
want to
you.
do that.
That would have been an
Absolutely.
error. That would have been a dramatic error on my part. So, and we've been through this many times, so I'm not really going to take a lot of time. I want y'all to stay on camera, of course. This is going to be not just get the money. Absolutely, this is about money. However, it's going to be a little bit some twists and turns in it. So it's imperative for y'all to ask questions. Y'all hear me? I need you to ask questions. And remember that even the things we're talking about, whether it be money and the social media all of that, you can build it regardless of where you are. Because if you're looking at researching or doing some major things in the future, you still want to take a lot of these steps. Okay. So that's our virtual, hey, we're here. And thank Pastor Sonia and Greater Life again for all their support. And more than anything, how much she cares about each and every one of you. Trust me, we have been together and discussing some things on the sideline just to make sure that we're on one accord. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and rock this. The first slide is, of course, money matters. This is what we're discussing today. We're discussing money. We're going to build, believe it or not, we're going to give you information to build a budget and that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk about it during here. I'm going to let y'all get pencil and paper and make some notes. But part of what you're going to be doing is watching the process of building a budget. Okay. And if y'all have questions and stuff like that, we're going to take care of those. And I'm going to send you the links to those because I didn't want to distract. So I'll send you the links afterwards. So you'll have the presentation and you'll have the actual link and you'll know how to make changes because we're going to do some of that. Okay, so I'm going to close that. And don't forget to utilize the chat. Okay, I'm gonna put down the thumbnail so I can see. Okay, so this is part 3. And remember, your opportunities are endless. Remember that today is going to be really explosive. So I'm looking forward to this. Okay, so we're going to do a quick, really quick review of session 1 and 2. Remember, session 1 was about you, making sure that you have everything set up, your mental, physical, emotional side, so that you can start this business, because it's going to draw a lot on who you are and what you need to do next. Then we talked about and thank everybody who has their EIN and those who are working on it. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just keep on moving forward because all of this is going to matter. Then we did fictitious names and all of that good stuff. Remember that all the sessions are in a private viewing, so you can always ask questions, and it's on my YouTube channel, and you have a direct link. Okay, so then let's look at what we're going to review today. We're going to go over resources that are in your hand, resources from other areas that can potentially help support where you're going. What does budgeting really mean? Some money aspects of that. And we're going to do the Shamgar principle. A little bit more about that. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can, because I think that's really powerful. So these are the things that we're going to be talking about as we move forward. And again, if you don't get it, you need to let me know. So the first thing we're going to discuss is the Shamgar principle. And that's a weird thing to start on, but the greatest thing that each one of us need to do, not just in business, but in our life, is to start where we are. Start where you are. I know there's people on the side of you, or maybe in front of you, or behind you. Don't worry about that. Start where you are, because we're the only person we can control. So start where you are, use what you have, And I'm going to give you some assets to think about. What do I have, you know, in my hands? And then do what you can. So I'm also going to give you a powerful tool that you're already aware of, but we're going to talk about how to utilize it and how to stay focused while you use it. So legacy moments, because I teach legacy in transformational development. When we apply our knowledge to our situation, our potential is unleashed. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge that you use becomes powerful. A lot of people have knowledge. I mean, book knowledge, right? But they don't use it. They don't have the power if you don't use it. So you can sit here in this class, and I appreciate you being here. However, you need to put it, that's why the growth assignments, so you can put it into practice. Okay, so this is a ball field for those who are confused, like, are we about to play a game? Business is a game, honey. Let me tell you, business is a game. It's a game called life. Your life, right, is connected to this. There are pitches and opportunities that are coming from the pitcher that is throwing balls at each of us in our lives. Some of them don't look so good. Things happen. However, you take what you have and you hit the ball that's coming towards you, or you decide that it's, you know, because sometimes pitchers can throw something at you, look like it's going to hit you, so you have to duck. So you have to make the movement on each base that you're on to work through it. And remember this, as you build your team and have other people in your life, you may have people on various bases. We're going to talk a little bit about collaboration. So you'll have people on bases in your business to help support you. We're going to talk a little bit about other opportunities that you can bring on for fee and free services that will be on basis to help you build and grow your business right where you're at. Because this is the key. Don't stop when you're tired. Me and Pastor Sonia was talking about our week. Can't stop when you're tired. You can't stop when it's a little painful. You can't stop when it's not convenient. You have to keep on moving forward, because you don't want to be right to that place and you're 3 feet from goal and you give up. So keep on moving. Remind yourself of why you're doing it. And that's why we took the time to talk about, well, why? Who's the people that you're doing it for? What is your why? So, and then we talked about this slide before, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. We talked about money, the truth about money. Because see, we're talking about money today. The truth about money is money exists. People have money to buy your products and services. I'm going to say again, people have money to buy your products and services, and you have resources to offer them. Money is not emotional. It's not based on you wanting somebody to do it. It's not based on your emotions, nothing like that. It's not good or bad. Money is just real. Okay. So it's factual. So just keep that in mind as we move forward, because as you grow your bottom line, you need to remember money doesn't make you or break you. Money is just a tool that we use, right? So, and this is the part, money matters. Now, I'm going to give you some tools so you won't be throwing your money down the drain. We don't want you to do anything with your resources, your time or your money, that's going to cause it to go down, or you feel like it's going down the drain. So we're going to talk about some things I'm saying not to do as you build your business. And I think this is really huge. And I know some of the things you've already been trained on, right? So your business does not deplete your emergency fund. Don't do that. There's a purpose in the emergency fund. So don't do that. And don't go into all of your investment accounts and start your business. I don't recommend that. And I don't recommend people get heavy in debt to start a business. I believe, and I know for a fact, the businesses that we have discussed on right now, right here, that we can do this without doing any of those things. Now, it may take some other decisions, but you just need to know that you can do it. Okay? Counting the costs. The key with counting the cost is you need to know that it's going to cost you something to do business. One of the things you've already done is you've already invested the first piece. You already have an EIN number, which was free, but you did invest in the class. Do you know that that's deductible? It's deductible. So that's part of the key. But this is what sometimes happens. When we get ready to do money, we lock horns with what we think versus what we should do. We lock horns with our mindset that other people are trying to give us their opinions and all of those things. We lock horns with other situations in our life. So what we're going to do is identify what is some of the things we can set aside to intentionally build this business that's going to give you the resources that you talked about last time. Is what is your monthly income goals, right? So that's part of Let's Do Money. Okay, so I'm going to unshare and then share again because we're going, well, let me see. Let me go a little bit further and I go to it. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to do a budgeting spend plan. Now, most people don't like to budget their personal life. However, can I tell you, I've never met a person that's a millionaire that didn't have a budget, unless those people with a lottery, maybe people like that, but they don't keep the money very long. Having a spend plan or budgeting is not about limitations. It's about revelation. Because you're going to have a lot of opportunities come towards you for your personal money. You're going to have a lot of opportunities come to you when you start working your business plans, right? But you need to know, what did I say I was going to do versus what did I do? Now, the spend plan is not to limit you. It's to provide you boundaries or a plan in advance for the resources that are either coming in and leaving the business. It's going to be really important. And so it says, my first question to you is, what do you really need? That's a question that you have to answer. As we go through, you're going to get some more information. And what do you need now? Now, what do you need 3 years from now? What do you need right now in the next 90 days to move forward and start generating income? How many things can you start at and not pay anything to do? Because there's some programs that you can use and you don't have to pay for them to start them. They have a higher level where you can pay for it, but you can work at the level at free. Okay, and still get your business to move and grow. And I'm gonna give you some other options as well, because a lot of times people say, well, I need business cards and I need envelopes and I need all of this stuff. No, you don't. You don't need all of that stuff. Really, think about the way you're going to work your business. Are you working your business mainly online? If you're working your business mainly online, you do not need 500 business cards. You don't. If you're working your business mainly online, look at the other opportunities to make sure you put yourself out there so that people know that you're in business. You need a logo. I have some ways for you to get a logo and not cost you anything. You can say, thank you, Johnnie, later. Okay. So that's the deal. Okay. So this is the deal. You can brand yourself and all of those things without paying a lot of money. And in addition to that, do you know you can set up a calendar invite when somebody says, well, I want to have a session with you, or I want to talk to you about, a business opportunity or buying something from you. No problem. Here's my calendar invite. And then they can look at your schedule based on your parameters that you have set. And then they can go in and self-schedule on a free device, Calendly. So see, this is the key, and this is my intention. My intention when businesses start is to help them start where they are. You can look like you have people working with you and you're doing it all yourself, but it's based on how you do it. So that is the key with what we're going to do today. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is, because this is going to matter as far as when we do the budget, and I'm going to pause in a minute and we're going to do that, is what is the lowest price you plan to charge? What is the highest price you plan to charge? And the reason I'm asking you that is so that you'll know the range of your pricing of your products, what you're going to offer. If you're going to, and what market are you targeting? Louis Vuitton is not on sale. They don't usually have a sale. You can either buy it or you buy it from some other place that pre-owned, but from the shop, they don't go on sale. But their market that they're after, they target that market and go after that market because that market for them fits their persona, the person, or avatar is what I've been calling it, the person that they're going after, they market to that person. So when I ask you those questions, it's like, if you're going to be in the $30, $40 range and do products like that, or are you going to be in the $60, $70 range? Are you saying it's going to be 100 plus? That will change who your market or targeted audience is. And it will change how much you need to invest in the product or service that you're going to offer. Okay, so then, and it also connects. If you're after a person that's going to spend $100, $200 for let's say a gift basket, there's nothing wrong with that. So you're going to build the basket, right, in a way that it's going to seem, it's going to have the value that needs to have. And then you need to know, where's that audience you're looking for? Are you then selling to women? I think last week we talked to people who are very busy and don't have time to do their shopping or their gift giving or whatever. So then what social media platform do you target to get to that person? So that is some of the questions that I need you to answer. And you can jot that down. What are you thinking? And we can discuss it, because that is key. Okay, so this is the last slide before we go to the actual funding. This will be in the package in the future, but all of these, Facebook, Instagram, all of them. But this is what I'm going to tell you. You can't be all things to all people, nor do you want to be. So pick a couple based on your targeted audience and be consistent in those. Pinterest, if you have things that are pictures, is a great place to build. Then you have Instagram, right? But if your client base are professional men or women or CEOs of companies or whatever, then you might be leaning toward LinkedIn. Who is your targeted audience comes back to who are you, what social media platform you're going to be dealing with. Because you want to focus on what's going to give you the best results. Okay, and so I know like Auntie Roz, hers is church-based and faith-based areas. Well, when she goes out to, if she uses Facebook, then she may want to connect with larger faith-based organizations so she can just show examples. Oh, this is the beautiful thing I did. Da, da, da. And somebody will direct message her and say, well, how do I get one? What can I? So you see what I'm saying? Where are your people at? That's where you want to put your energy at. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing for just a second, and we're going to come back to as soon as I pull up this amazing spreadsheet that's going to, I don't want to say it's going to blow your mind, because I don't want it to blow your mind. I want to talk about it, and then I want to talk about monthly income as well. I have two spreadsheets that I'm going to provide you. Okay, I'm going to go back to share. Okay. I know there's a way to do this. Because you're not seeing my screen, right? Okay.
Nope, not seeing your screen.
Okay, here we go. Technology is amazing. I'm saying that facetiously. It is amazing, though. It is amazing. Okay. This is what you're going to get in the mail. So don't scream. Don't scream. Don't freak out. Don't do none of that. Okay. Don't do none of that. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Say to yourself, it's going to be okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Auntie Roz had to say it twice. I ain't mad at you. I saw yours reading lips. Okay. So let's talk about expenses first. Down here, these are one-time expenses. So you don't have rent, so you're not going to put anything. So it's 90 days operating costs. After you figure out how much it costs you to operate your business on a 90-day, and we're going to talk about it, then you're going to put how much you need in this spot. So it could be, and I'm going to put a number in so you can see how it works. I'm going to say $400 for 90 days. You see it goes down here and says initial one-time off. What you need initially is $400. If you look at, you need 90 days out to grow your business. If you say, no, I'm not going to do my 90-day operating plan, you can put 0 here, and then you can go to costs, supplies, because most of you are getting products and not services. You need to go back and say, how much does it cost me? Remember, I asked you, what are you selling? How much does it cost me in supplies to start selling this? It may be $200. So you put $200 in supplies. And then you list any items. Let's say it's vases, because it's Mother's Day coming and you're going to do these beautiful flower arrangements, right? So the vases are going to cost you $40 because you bought them real, somewhere. And then you're going to do flowers. You're going to put flowers in. And I would put flowers and miscellaneous, right? So you're going to put that in and you're going to say that's going to cost you another, let's say, because you determine you're making 10 vases. So each vase, right? So you bought the vases for 40, and y'all can tell me that's too low. I'm using numbers, but that don't mean they're the right numbers. Hello? That didn't mean they're the right numbers. You have to look up your own, you have to look, because I don't know the numbers. So then flowers and miscellaneous, let's say it's going to cost another 200. So at $440, you have 10 vases. So that means they're $44. They cost you $44 to make. Does that make sense? So that means you can't sell them for 15.
Right.
Can't. I mean, well, you can. You just ain't gonna have no profit.
Not smart.
No, it's not gonna be smart. So the reason I did it like this is so that you know in the next, because we have Mother's Day coming, we have graduations coming, we have all of these things happening in the next 90 days. So what I desire you to do is look at what you desire to sell and look at the calendar and say, what do I desire to sell in the next 90 days? Do not go out and purchase the items yet. Make a plan. So if you're making a plan, so do what you need to do for Mother's Day first. Because then if it didn't work like you thought, then you're going to retread some of that stuff to graduation. You're going to take the bases. So don't just make them up. Make sure you have some clients or have a way for you to sell them. Now this is the way this spreadsheet works. If you use this section right here, it may be simpler for you, okay? Now there's another, because some people have already been doing business, so there's another way to look at it. Okay, if this is easier, is not a problem. But this is the reason I'm going to send you this. You're going to put income. You're going to put your square or whatever sales you have. You're going to put them in the month. This is May. So you had $300 worth of sales in May. So you see what it did? It said $300. However, ask questions. Hello, ask questions, y'all. Don't be sitting back there. Oh, somebody raised their hand. Pastor Sonia.
I wanted to just inject here that we have our big community family day on June 4th. And this is going to be a rare big event where you're not going to have to pay for a table. So I'm just sharing that most events like this, you have to pay to get a booth or a table to sell your wares. And there is not going to be any fee if you're wanting to sell your wares or baskets. This is probably going to be a good event to have your cards, you know, and to have some baskets that you can sell to get your name out there, because this is right before Father's Day. So I just thought I'd put that out there. I wanted to share that because you were talking about that. So just to let you guys know, most events, like you have Juneteenth is coming up. If you were going to an event like Juneteenth, you would have to pay anywhere between $75 to $200 something to purchase a booth, a space, right, to sell your stuff. Family Day, you're not going to have to do that. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's awesome.
For some opportunities that you guys should consider.
Yeah, that is perfect. And actually, I think you should capitalize on all the major events that's going to happen between. If nothing else, and hear me on this, if nothing else, if you're saying, well, you know, I don't have the investment yet to have 15 flowers out here to sell that day. Listen to me very carefully. Have 5 samples of your amazing work. Have a book with pictures, with other things that you can do. Have your cards and have something free at your table, even if it's only candy. To get them to your table. Now, I recommend it's a little something more than candy, but it doesn't have to be expensive. If you make little things that cost you 5 cents to make, or 10 cents to make, or $2 to make, I make cards out of fun, but on the back of my cards, I have a stamp that costs $10. I have a stamp that has my website, the name, and the logo. When you walk away, you have my website, you got my stuff, but you got my website, my name, and the logo. You got that, right? So that's what you have from me. So when you give it to somebody else, even if you don't keep the card, you give it to somebody else, they end up with my website, my name, and when I say that, it's my business name and the logo. So they know how to come back to me. So look at it from that perspective. And the other thing, we haven't gotten there yet, but don't be afraid to collaborate. When you go to, like, let's say it's Juneteenth event and the table is 200 and you say, dang, I only have 100. Get with someone who you can collaborate with, go to the benefit of the event, and they have part of the table, you have part of the table. It needs to be somebody you at least like, trust, something. I'm saying, don't do it with a stranger. And then don't forget, you're going to have your phone to have in your square or whatever substance you're using, because people are swiping. Now, this is sometimes what happens. Be careful with this. And I know I'm moving, but sometimes you're at a table with someone that you're collaborating with. Before you start, find out who's going to collect the money. Because most people, like me, will find one item on this side and one item on that side. I don't want to swipe my card twice. I'm not going to do it because I'm stubborn and I have issues, and y'all pray for me. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to want to swipe my card once. So make sure if you run into a client like that, y'all have already discussed how that's going to work. Do you hear me? How it's going to work. And remember, there's fees involved. So make sure you have discussed how that's going to work. It's not a big deal, but just make sure you discussed it. And then you pass the money in a right way so that you can write that expense off on your company. Does that make sense?
That could be a Zelle transfer from person to person. Absolutely.
And it used to be Zelle wasn't they didn't give you a W9, I'm sorry, W4, no, 1099K on Zelle. They're changing that because a lot of people were transferring money on Zelle and it was for products. It wasn't for family. And so Zelle is, Bank of America is working through that with some other people with Zelle is working through that. So if you sell products, but remember, you want something that will do the sales tax automatically, so you're not trying to figure it out. Does that make sense? So again, this is the reason that I want you to do this is, so check this out. If I did 300 in May, 400 in June, oh, I'm gonna do 5 in June because I'm gonna do Juneteenth. I may do 600. In July, I may go back down to 3. I've already done $1,200 for the year. That's income. Hello, that's income. We got to go back to the expense side and talk about what we purchased. So what did that 1,200, what did I purchase during those months that would offset my income, right? So I'm going to say 200 in April, and I bought supplies and put 400 here. So watch this. This is the magic of the form. It shows you on the bottom. You brought in 1,200 in income. You spent 629 in expenses. That means you have a profit of $571.
Fabulous.
Okay, but let's go up here and make a mistake. When I say mistake, I don't mean like a mistake, but a mistake. So that's how much you spent. You just lost $229. So the reason I'm doing it like this is because you have vendors that you typically go to or you will be going to. So just put the vendor name and by month, put the receipts in here, whatever you spent. Now, I recommend, because you have a bank account or you're going to get a bank account, that you keep your bank account separate so you don't have to worry about, did I use my credit card? Did I use my debit card? You don't want to deal with that. You want the bank to send you a statement to confirm what you already have on here. Does that make sense? Okay. Is that enough money before y'all glaze out? I don't want y'all to glaze out on me. Y'all got questions?
I do.
Yes.
Well, how do you recommend we handle cash transactions? Like if we're at big event?
Go ahead. Like what? Like you're there and they're giving you cash.
Where we at a big event?
Yeah. So people are going to give you cash. Now, when you say how do I handle it, what are you saying? How do you collect it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, all that good stuff.
Right. So anytime I go to a big event, I have a cash purse with that's usually around my waist. I have a waist still, praise the Lord. Anyway, so around my waist or really close to my body. So but I usually have it on me. I don't like to leave stuff. So I want it on my body. So then I give them change back. I give them change back. And if it's something like I need to give them 4 pennies or a penny or something around, I say, do you want to round up? Or I usually round down. I usually round for them, but down. Like if it's $12.22 and I'm thinking I'm not carrying pennies, then I give them $12.20. I know I owe myself 2 pennies. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So
So,
in this,
so
How-
maybe you should also
Yeah.
address the sales tax,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
and then
And receipts.
record keeping, which would be the
Yeah.
receipts,
Yeah,
right?
that's,
So
yeah, exactly. That
Okay.
was my next question.
so let's set this up like this. On Square, this is the easier way to do it. Maybe on Square, especially, you can add on cash transactions. Add a client that says cash. That is cash. It's a client. You do whatever you would do as if it was a credit card transaction, and it will track your cash for you, and it will give you how much the tax were. So thank you, Pastor Sonia. I forgot the tax. So let's say they spent $40. So it would automatically do all the sales tax. They can see it. Then this is what I do. Do you want me to send you a receipt? That means I have your email address. Want me to send you a receipt? So I can send you a receipt, because I'm not going to print them. I'm not going to print them there. So it asks you, do you want a receipt? So that's what I do. I send it to them. And that means you have their email address. You can send, thank you so much for your sale, I'm hoping you're enjoying the item. If you need anything, here's my contact information, right? Does that make sense? So thank you. So that way you still handling the cash the same way. However, your tracking is still under Square, under cash. And I'm gonna make myself a note. Yeah. And that's I told y'all to bring pencils and stuff, didn't I? It has to apply to me. I'm just saying.
And
okay.
Miss Johnnie, can I also add or ask, at that point, the cash that they collect, right? They will also want to deposit that into their business banking account.
Please.
Yeah, I just want to.
That's a good, I did, yes. Put it in your business bank account. So you'll see the transactions happen, because remember, Square is going to track it, and they're going to say cash. They're going to tell you that you made that money.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same thing, if you remember, you could be at a shared table. If you do a transaction and you have to pay someone, remember, there's 2 ways to do it. If they do not have a Zelle account, then what I would like you to do is have them send you an invoice. They can send you an invoice, or you can create a document that will show that you paid them. Okay, so you want to be able to do that. Yes, ma'am, Miss Edith.
So maybe this will be another class, but if I do sell on Amazon, will you be going through that process? Like, if an item is sold, do they send you
I can tell you, it's easy.
Okay.
Okay, so on Amazon, they send you, hear me, they really do. They send the end of the year. I don't care what you pay for. They're going to send you a document of all the money that they have sent you. Now, they're not going to, it's going to be your portion of the money is what you get taxed on, right? So they're going to send you something, a 1099K, they're going to send you a document that does that. In order to sell on Amazon, you have to do a form called a W-9.
Okay.
Okay, so I can pull that up if y'all want to see it. It's really simple. You can do one W-9 for the entire year if you want to, or you can do them as you go. But it has your EIN number in it. Remember, you're not using your social. It has your EIN number in it. And on the W-9, that's the place you want the person to send the 1099 to. So if it's your P.O. box on that form, Miss Roz, you can put your P.O. box, not your personal address. You do not have to put a personal address on that, wherever you're getting your mail.
Is it recommended that I open a P.O. box in that case?
You do not have to. You do not have to. They send all my stuff well, I have an office, so that's not fair.
Mhm.
Before I got the office, they sent it to my home address because it's just from Amazon to whoever.
Yeah.
But when I was doing, people don't need a 1099, but Amazon requests it because, let's say I'm doing work for you, Edith, or I'm going to buy things. You're going to buy things from me, right? No, I'm going to buy things from you. Yeah, I'm going to buy things from you. So I don't need your 1099 unless the dollar amount is over $600 in 1 year.
Mhm.
However, because I am who I am, when I first start doing business with you, I'm going to ask for the 1099.
Mhm.
I mean, the W-9, sorry, the W-9.
Mhm.
So that when it goes over 600, or if it goes over 600, I'm not looking for you, because see, now you already got your money. You already got the money. I love everybody. I told y'all, only person I don't audit is Jesus. So what I do is I do it in advance. So when I start doing business with someone, I normally don't, I want the 1099 up front. So don't be surprised if even though you have a small contract with someone, they ask you for a 1099. What they're doing is they're meeting their accounting guide requirements in advance. So they're not looking for you
Mhm.
and hoping you'll give them what they need to do their accounting books. Does that make sense?
Mhm. So they're going to ask, so you mean they're going to ask for the W-9 form?
Yes, ma'am. They're going to ask for a
Right.
W-9 so they can
Yeah.
send you a 1099.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Anybody else? You
Thank
had
you.
something, Pastor Sonia?
Oh, no. I was agreeing with you.
Okay, that's a great question, Ms. Edith. So are y'all said y'all seen enough? I don't want no more accounting. Is y'all seen enough? Okay. Now this is the deal. What I'm going to do, because I am who I am, is I'm going to put a special thing out here for y'all for training to give y'all more detail. Now, if you are the first one to send me your costs, I'll make the example you. And if you send me your anticipated costs based on looking at this, look at the numbers. If you send me your numbers, I will make the example that I put on the platform you. Your company name, all of that. I'm not looking all that stuff up. I know I got it, but y'all need to send it. So
In other
send me your
words, she's
company.
saying she's going to do the work for you.
I'm trying to tell you.
In case y'all don't get that, it's not about putting you on blast. It's about she's going to create your budget form for you if you can provide the information. That's a plus.
I'm writing this on here, so I say, okay, Johnny, what did you promise while you were on medicine? What did you promise? Be like, did I say I was gonna do that? Lord Jesus. Okay. I'm putting it on here because I know me. Okay, because I really go ahead, Miss Edith. Go ahead.
So Johnny, you said that you would offer 1 hour of the consultation. Maybe I think I might need it before.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All you need to do is send me an email.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you some special stuff. I'm going to recommend that we get through I have a KDP special bonus for y'all today.
Part, I think I need somebody to help me walk.
I'm telling you, what I'm gonna do. Go through the thing I'm gonna give you first, and if you need it, because it's a 1 for. Y'all know what that means?
No.
It's 1 for free at no fee to you.
I see.
It's 1 for no fee to you.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody who's been doing the homework or contacted me, the option is, and I didn't say it yet, it's either a $50 Amazon gift card. You're in the pot for that, right? When you show up, you get one. You get your name, it goes in. When you do the homework, it goes in. And Dana has 2 extra. And the reason she has 2 extra, because she's usually the first one that sends me what I asked for. So you get extra. See, y'all didn't even know that. See what happened? Y'all didn't even know. See there? So she gets an extra thing in her name. It goes in the pot. So, but the option for the $50 gift card is you get 1 additional hour with me one-on-one at a value of $250, because that's what I get an hour. Minimum of $250 an hour. So that's what you get. Those are your options. I'm good. I'll send you $50. Time I can't replace. So I'm good. Or you get an hour of my precious time. So, and then you get a chance to ask anything you want. I get a chance to help you with whatever you want, whatever. So that's on you. So, so that's where we're at. So we're going to come out of this because I think y'all scared. Y'all said, I don't want to see no more numbers right now, Miss Johnnie. I don't want to see more numbers. Okay, so what I'm going to go back to is actually, I'm going to go back to the presentation. We're almost at a break. Not quite. Okay, so this is what I would love to share with y'all next. I like free stuff. So what I want to tell you right now is to help you. So, tell yourself, she here to help us. So, okay, so on YouTube and other social media platforms were created to distract you. So once you hit one thing on YouTube, they always recommend something else right behind it. So you have to say no. You have to say no to yourself, right? So this is quick research strategy for YouTube, because YouTube is your friend. I'm telling you, YouTube rocks. So YouTube, the more specific you are in the search bar, the better content you're going to get for what you're looking for. Like for Arnold, if he was looking for ways to do registered, or to look for innovative and creative ideas, how to protect it. If he was looking for that, he could go to YouTube and look for that. However, the next thing you want to look for is the date that it was created. Because if it was 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, it may not be up to date, and you've taken all this time to watch it, but it's not current. Then the next thing you want to look at is how long is the video. Okay, now you can always pause and come back. However, if you know you only need a couple things out of it, look for somebody who's teaching you whatever you need on like Canva in 12 minutes. If you know you have a short attention span, start with the 12-minute video. Don't start with the hour, 30-minute video. Y'all hear me? Don't start with that one. Start with the 12-minute video, pull Canva up, and play with the people at the same time. Because then you get a quick win. Versus the hour video, when they talk about the children, the dog, the cat, they try to sell you 50 things. And when you're on YouTube, don't buy anything. Don't buy anything in addition. Just go for what you're going for and do it. Okay, so I'm trying to save you money. So then do what they say to do. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Well, maybe. I'm going to show you the example before the day is out of this guy that I was supposed to do exactly what he said, but I thought I was smarter than he was. I went to YouTube because I didn't know what to do. But I thought I was brighter than he was. So I made my own decisions in it, and it didn't work. So I had to go back to his video and do it. So I'm going to tell you, if you're going to follow somebody, at least follow them completely all the way through the way they're telling you to do it the first time, and then you can play with it. Or if you get comfortable, cut them off and do that. So stay focused when you're on any of these platforms, but especially YouTube. Now, of all the platforms that you have on your screen right now, the only one that costs money is Fiverr. All of the rest of these are either free or have a free version. I said free, F-R-E-E. They have a free version. That means that you can get on Canva and you can make some things, including your logo, at no cost to you. You have to open up the account, but it's no real cost to you. Same thing with Calendarly. Remember what I said, you can send somebody your calendar link. Now it's going to have their symbol on it because you ain't paid to remove it. I don't care. I just want them to come on. You know, they can have their link. I mean, I don't care. So anyway, so Calendarly, because you're not there yet. You're trying to make money to your bottom line. You're trying to grow your business. So the Shamgar principle is start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. It's not about looking like the big, big dog. You're not there yet. It's okay. Make some money to your bottom line, create some income, and then move forward. Because you probably don't want to do it anyway, long term anyway, right? I mean, most of us. Same thing with MailChimp. If you go out and you do some stuff and you like newsletters, that kind of thing, or you want to send or make something for someone to connect with you, MailChimp has a free version. They even have a nonprofit version. Okay. Now we're going to go a little bit more in detail than that. We're at 55. Because at this point, we're going to go play. We're going to go online and play. It's up to y'all. I'm good. I am fully vaccinated. I'm fully good. I have tea. I'm happy. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to take a break now? Pastor Sonia? Or do y'all want to go to a couple of these things?
Hey team, it's up to you guys. Do you want to try out one of the examples that Miss Johnnie has here? Or do you want to take a break?
Try it out.
All right, let's go, Miss Johnnie.
Let's rock it then. Okay. I'm going to unshare so I can get where I need to be. Okay, so we're going to do, let's do Canva first. I'm just trying to get it, y'all. Y'all got questions in the meantime while I work this?
Can you give us an example of a person who, I think you might have mentioned an example of when you started your business and maybe success stories of people who had nothing and started with nothing and made something.
Okay, so I can use me first if you want. The first business that I started was when I was homeless. Well, that's not the first one, but the first major business I started is when I was homeless. And I'm a creative. I'm like Dana and Auntie Roz and some others of you. A matter of fact, like you, Edith, I'm a creative. So what happened is I set up basically the same thing I'm telling you to do, is to set up how much money do I need? But at this time, it was how much money do we need to eat? Because my baby was young enough, she was eating off of me. So I just need to feed me so she'd have some nutrition. I had a full-time job at the time, just to put it in perspective. I had a full-time job and I was degreed. What ended up happening is after about 4 months, I was making $600 a month easy. I was going to what they call why am I doing that? Okay, so I was going to what they call a flea market in Georgia. Okay, just put in perspective, flea market in Georgia. And I would sell bowls and all of these cute things, flat little girl, so I'm making stuff, right? So I was making stuff and I was taking t-shirts and putting all this stuff on. I was just really creative. So I was making like $300-400 and it got up to like $300 like a weekend. And so I knew I needed, so anyway, that's what I did. One of the examples. But that same, and then I went into property investment and stuff like that. Okay, so let's talk about someone that everybody's aware of. Let's talk about whether you can look at what's his name? Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is a great example of someone who is currently a billion with a B, not even an M, a billionaire. I am not mad at him. He's a billionaire. However, the deal that Tyler started, he was working and he was homeless. He was in his car. But he so believed in what he was doing that he went back and did it, right? So I'm gonna tell you about a couple people on TikTok. Young lady got fired from her job. No, she was working. Yeah, she got fired from her job, had 2 children, had got a divorce. So she ended up drop shipping, and this is a business. And now her sons, both of her sons, one is 12 and one is like 8, both of them have their own drop ship business. She makes between $12,000 and $25,000 a month because she trains people how to do it and she does all this other stuff. But I'm going to tell you the most important person in the room to each person is look at you. Look at the successes that you've had in your personal life and just take that same energy and apply it to your business. You are successful in your own lane. So even though I can give you countless people that have done it, whether Steve Jobs was adopted. That wasn't his parent. He was adopted, and then the people that his mother was trying to get him to be the adoptive parents, they refused to take him because they said they wanted a girl at the last minute. So he was rejected. His mother didn't because her situation. She had him though, and then she turned around and the people that she had scheduled for him. And then the people that ended up being his parents and raising him was diametrically opposed to what his mother said that she wanted. She wanted educated, in certain status and all of that, right? The parents that adopted him had none of that. So one of the reasons Steve Jobs stopped in college, and still went to school because he slept on other people's floors or did his own, because he said, I'm not going to spend all their savings while I just try to find myself. He found himself like that. So all of us are in a process. And this is what I'll say. Most people do not value what they have in their hand. Number one. Number two is that even when they value it, sometimes they allow other people's opinion. I'm going to say it again. Other people's opinion to stop them in their track. Number three, most of us have automatic negative thoughts because of what we believe about ourselves, because of what we were told, because of what we've experienced, our past or whatever. But we have these thoughts that come up and we don't do anything to corral the thought and toss it. See, our brain doesn't know the truth from a lie. So if I stand up and continue to tell my brain a lie, my brain says, okay, that's what you want. So I stand up, and if I'm going to tell my brain anything that's going to be a lie, I'm going to tell them I'm a billionaire. I look in the mirror and I say, girl, you a billionaire. And be like, this is the deal. When I first started saying that, there was no way in the world I believed that. So this is the other thing. It's called an IF affirmation. IF is an information. It's a what if I am. Notice affirmation starts with I am. And one that you have, you're like, I don't believe this. I'm saying it, but you don't believe it yourself. This is the way you trick your brain to believe it, to do what it needs to do. You say, what if I am? Now I can't say what if I'm 15. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen, okay? It has to be something that can happen, okay? You can't do that. You know, I can't even say, what if I'm 51? You know, change the numbers. All of that ain't gonna happen. Ain't none of that gonna happen. However, when you trick your brain into saying, what if I am debt free? Let's say you're trying to be debt free. You say, what if I am? When you say I am debt free, it may be like, no, you're not, because you keep on seeing the bills come in. You keep on seeing people call you. You keep on seeing all these negative, these things that are diametrically opposed to what you believe in for, right? But you said, what if I am? So then, before you know it, one day you go to spend something that you really don't need, but you're thinking, you know, whatever. Then your brain will trigger and said, you need to pay that bill. You can pay off this bill. And you're like, what happened? What's happening? Or people start giving you stuff or giving you money, or you start a business and you say, oh my God. So the pathway comes when we change. It's not about changing other people. It's not about comparing ourselves to others. It's about being the rate. Okay, this is the way I look at life. And this is the way I train people to look at life. I said, you're running track. You have an assigned, hear me, you have an assigned lane. Everything you need is in that lane. You have choices. You have the choice to watch other people in other people's lane and get out of your lane. But what you need is in your lane. See, running my race, I become a winner in my race, my lane. However, if I use somebody else's lane as my parameter of if I'm win or if I lose, then I have discarded the power of being in my lane. So I encourage people to be powerful, to be brilliant, to be bold in their lane. Their lane. Because you can do it in your lane. But you have to, however, you have to do the work. The reason I teach people to be a millionaire, and people laugh at me all the time when I say this, I said it's not for the money. It's for who you have to become. It's not about it's bigger than the business. It's who do you have to become to make this business work? Who do you need? How do you need to grow? How do you need to transform your mindset? Who do you need to look? You don't have to look. Most people want to look at their pundits and speak to them. I don't. You know what I do? I handle my business. It'll speak to you. Because when you go out, because I had teachers that said, you can't write. You'll never write. I'm a 3 times international best-selling author. What? So let your life speak to your pundits. Stop trying to answer people. Stop it. I'm sorry. I went on a tangent. Probably would totally. Okay.
It was a good one.
Thank you.
Okay. But yeah, Edith, rock it. Don't let nobody else stop you. And all of y'all, don't let nobody stop you from where. It's not about what you've done. It's about where you are. It's about moving forward. Okay. So we're still at the break time. So when y'all come back, I'm gonna give you a minute. When you come back, I'm going to be in 2 places. I'm gonna have Canva opened and I'm gonna have Fiverr open, because I want you to experience the possibilities of these 2 amazing platforms. And then we're going to go back to where we are with the other pieces, because I really want to get to the to make sure that what we have to do today and that all of your questions are answered, because you get next week we're not meeting, the following week we're meeting. So there's going to be some homework on y'all side, and based on what y'all send me. Oh, and by the way, you have to send me the numbers by today is what day? Today is Saturday. You have to send them to me by Monday. Hear me. If you don't send me numbers by Monday at let's say 5, no, because we're in different time zones. Let's say Monday Pacific time, noon. If they're not in my inbox by that time, I'm not saying you can't send them. I'm just not promising I'm gonna do them. Is that fair? And if it's not, y'all can pray for me as y'all leave. Y'all can pray for me as y'all take your quick break.
All right, so we're going to take a break. I'm going to put a pause on the recording.
So first of all, since everybody's come back, do you have questions for clarity or questions that you missed something, or you have questions about anything we've talked about so far?
I'm good.
Y'all good?
Good.
Okay. I'm good. Okay, so I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do fiber. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we're actually going to go to 2 sites that I'm gonna recommend. There's a couple that I recommend that you consider joining, but the one is priceless, I think, for where you want to go. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to show you how to do it real quick. Because sometimes and on the screen in the package, I give you a link. Y'all can see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. It should show Canva.
Yep, it's there now.
Okay. So on Canva, you'll go out to and this is in the package. I mean, in the presentation, it says canva.com. And then under that, on the presentation, it has a link to a person on YouTube that shows you step by step how to do Canva. Step by step. So that is not what Johnny's going to do right now. She's giving you somebody who's going to do it, but she's not going to do that right now. Because if I do that, that'll eat up all your time. Okay, so it's about, and then you can see other people, but I got the best one that I saw that I think will add value to you. And there's another one out there for 12 minutes just to let you tap into some things. So this is what you'll do. You'll go out to canva.com. You'll see me up here because I'm already up there. And I have access to some things y'all will not have access to, but just trust the process, okay? So it was my intent to upload some pictures, and I didn't get a chance to do that, but I'm gonna show you. It says try it now. You see that button? It says try it now. That's the button you're gonna click. Try it now, right? That button. And when you hit try it now, it's going to open it up, and it's going to give you an opportunity. It should, to join, but I'm already in my file, so I'm hoping it'll do it. So you would sign into Canva. You want the free version. Did I say free? I didn't say try for 90 days or 30 days, did I? I said free, the free version. And that way you don't have to worry about it. So I get a chance to go in and it gives you all this stuff. I want to go back to home because I'm in mine. So I'm going to show you some of the things I have created in Canva. You're going to get an opportunity to see some of my uniqueness. So what Canva allows you to do, because I want to do something very specific because I want to show you an opportunity that could help you move forward. So you go up to Canva when you're in yours, and you go up to search. And so, and you put, why is it, it doesn't want to be, okay, so here we go. It's going to go templates. Okay, it wants to do what it wants to do. So you're gonna put business. Business cards. So guess what's gonna pop up?
Business card.
As soon as, you know, I don't know, my computer got too much open. It's saying, stop it. Okay, so what's gonna pop up is business cards. So you get a chance to look at it. Now I'm at a different level I purchased the pro version. But you see any of these except these. You see if it has a crown, that means you paid for it. You have access to it because you have a higher version. But these don't. So you could do a business card out of any of this, right? But you can also go over here. Okay, so if you want to click and it says create a design. So you would create a design under here. I said I was going to create business card. It's not rocket science, y'all. If it was rocket science, I wouldn't be doing it. I promise you. I promise you I wouldn't be doing it. So business cards. So don't do the square business card. Just go, don't do rounded, because then it's going to cost you a lot of money to get it printed. So then, okay, so I'm going to say personal business card or florist. I'm going to go florist. Let's see what we come up with. So it gives you designs that are connected to what you said today. So over here, it's going to give you examples of business cards that are florist related as soon as it can. And then over here, okay, so let's pick, oh, that's pro. I don't want to mess with y'all with something that you have to pay for. Okay, this one. Okay, let's do this one. This one didn't cost me. Okay, so we're going to do this one. And so all you're going to do is take it and you're going to hit the plus sign. And then you're going to go here. It's going to give you that thought. And I'm going to put, it's going to highlight, and then I'll put special. You're going to put the name of what you have. If you don't like the colors, you can change it. You can change the script. You can change the color. You can go down here and do this. You can change it. But my point for saying it is start where you are, use what you have and do what you can. Start with something that's limited, free to you. Now, for the people who are saying, I don't want to learn that. I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, no problem. I got you. I got you. So for those people, we're going to go to Vistaprint. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we're going to go to, okay, wait a minute. We're going to go to Vistaprint for all of us that are like that. So under Vistaprint, about $30 will get you 100 business cards. Matter of fact, a little less than that. As long as you don't, say you want special paper and you want it to grow from the side and all that stuff. If you don't do none of that, it's going to cost you about like less than 20 bucks. Plus, and shipping is normally free. So you go to business cards and you just do it, right? Go to business cards. Don't go over here where it says magnetic business cards. They're after your money. Don't do it. Okay. Just get regular business cards for right now. Just get a business card that works. So you say you can browse the designs and it's going to literally show you designs that are basically created to put in your personal information. Does that make sense? Now on Vistaprint, they are designing the card for you basically, and they're going to print them and they're going to show up in the mail. So some people don't want to do Canva because Canva's, too many moving parts. It's okay. Go to Vistaprint. It's going to cost you some money, but go to Vistaprint. But Canva, you would build it yourself, but you still got to go get it printed. But you can probably print it on your own printer and then with the Avery design and keep on moving. But this is my happy place. Fiverr, it makes me happy. Okay, so don't get in trouble on the site. That is my only thing I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't get in trouble. So I'm gonna give you insight to this site. We're gonna do business. Again, I've already practiced because I want to make sure this would work. because I can't get in front of y'all and be like, I had that experience last week when I went to EIN number. We're not doing that again. So anyway, okay. So this is the deal. You do not want to press pro services. Johnny said, you do not want to press pro services. Johnny said, you do not want to press pro services. You say, why, Johnny? Why don't I want to press that? Because you're not there yet. You don't need a pro yet, because the pro is going to cost you $80 to do business cards. A design. Okay. So come a little bit lower, come down on the thing, and then say under 30. See, you see that? They have people doing business cards over $100, but they're designing it. It's going to be crazy. We're not there yet. So we're going to do, look at where this one starts. It's $15. I will do credit card style business card design. Okay, so we're going to press on one because I just can't help it because I'm in this wonderful space. And so with this, is in some cases, you can get the business card and all this other stuff in addition to that. Now, this is the business card they're offering, but they also have others you can click on. Now, me personally, this may not, it's your logo. It's like a credit card, business card, right? They're telling you what it is. Trust them. Trust them when they tell you that's what it is. Trust them, especially if they give you an example. Trust them, okay? That's what it is. So what you want to do is I'm going to go back out and do business cards today. Thank you. Okay. And then I'm going to go a little bit further. And then I see people that are not just offering business cards, but this guy is offering letterhead, business cards, and everything. The reason I tell you not to go to pro services is because you can get the same service. Maybe even when they first come on to Fiverr, they are not allowed to pay a certain amount. I mean, charge you a certain amount until they're known. So the more clients they get, the more stars they get, then their prices normally increase. Okay. So this is what, for a standard, you're going to get print ready. You're going to get the source file, and you're going to get a double-sided card. You're going to get all of this. Everything you see on this side, right? No, it says basic one item business card or read or letterhead design. It said or, not and. And you can have unlimited versions. That is the key with anything that you do on Fiverr. Make sure you can have unlimited versions. And then you can up it, and you can do, if you do standard, you get more options.
What does it mean by unlimited versions?
That means you can accent that means before you go final, it's really important. Before you go final, if you don't like something on it, or if you don't like the color, you can say, no, I wanted lavender and blue, and then they get lavender blue. So no, it wasn't blue, it was lavender and pink. You can do that. You can have unlimited versions, but this is what I recommend you do if you use Fiverr, is that if you find somebody you like their work, you read about them as a seller, you find out what country they're from. It don't matter because everybody's from a different country. But then it allows you to contact the seller. So if you have specific questions, you can contact them before you ever buy their service. And I do that because I learned the hard way that I thought and what they thought wasn't the same thought. So, but after you pay for it, they don't get, I mean, it is what it is. So I ask questions in advance. Check this out. This is a one-day delivery. So all of you, hello, all of you could have business cards by next week. It doesn't require your EIN. I'm recommending that you not put necessarily put address on, but definitely use your email account. But if you have a PO box or something, that's great, but you don't have to use a PO box, but you can have business cards. But play in Fiverr. Play. Did I say play? It shouldn't cost you more than $25 to get complete package because see, you don't get the pins and all these special envelopes. We're not there. Matter of fact, most companies are not there. Most people ain't mailing nothing. What he's offering is cute, but if you can't use it, why are you buying it? You got what I'm saying? Now, this is also a place where you can get your logo if you want to create a logo. This will allow you to go out and find people that will help you do logos. Look at what they have as an example of the work that they do. And then you can star the people that you like, and it'll put it in a special place for you. But these people do logos. All of these people do logos. You just need to, like Lion Boss. I like that. Anyway, but I'm distracted. Be careful about being distracted. Okay. Any question about Fiverr or Canva? Questions? Oh, and you have
Okay,
to pay.
just one question, Johnny. For this one, you're just paying for the design and you're not getting the number of cards.
No, you're not getting cards. You're just paying
Okay.
for the design, and it's print ready. So then you
Okay.
would take it from here and then take it to somewhere or send it somewhere and have it printed. It will also, and this was the question that I would ask them.
Mhm.
Will you give it to me print ready in an Avery format?
I
Because
see.
then you could buy the Avery for like $8, put it on here, and you just print.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But any changes after you accept them and pay them, and in some there is a little fee to go through Fiverr, like $2.80 or whatever the fee is based on what you buy. So and they ask you, do you want to tip them? That's on you. It's according, if it's according to what happened. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I have done. Okay, so I have done. You see all the stuff I've done. Okay, this one is going to matter to you, Edith. Don't you like it? So I do stuff on Amazon. You don't have to. Anyway, we'll talk when our hour. We'll talk. But this is what I ordered. I ordered a download that has like 10,000 things on it to share to do KDP. Okay, so look at things like that because they'll give you the templates for the inside and all that. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Okay, so we're good. I need a nod or something.
Yes.
Okay. So in the thing, this is the deal. How to use Canva, best tutorial is here. This to print email is here. And I know I'm not in presentation mode. And then Avery to go out and get that is there. I'm going to go back in presentation mode so that y'all don't have to see all my amazing notes because y'all don't want to read that. Anyway, so that's it. So then for calendar link, remember I said Calendarly is what it is. I'm giving you the link to go out and get the free count for that. I'm giving you the link to go out and get to sign up under Fiverr and to do research under them. You do not have to buy under Fiverr. Okay, so there may be additional sources. So do you have any questions or suggestions of things that you've used? I know Dana, you may be further ahead than others. So do you have other recommendations that are free or really low cost? Anybody?
I do not.
Okay, Pastor Sonia, you good?
Yeah, I use I actually have an account with what was it that you're using? My brain is Canva.
Oh,
Yeah,
Canva. I like
yeah,
Canva.
yeah. So I have a paid account with Canva, and I use that. I actually use it also for some of my to create some of my presentations. So and it's really good. And
Good.
I liked the options that they had in the paid version. So that was
I do too.
yeah.
I'm special. I'm
Mhm.
special. I needed more options because I have issues, but y'all don't have to have the issues I have. I want you to start. I want y'all to start and see if you're going to use the program first.
Yeah.
If you're not going to use the free version, Why
Mhm.
pay for something even though they're offering you more opportunities? Because
Right.
remember, you can upload pictures to Canva
Yeah.
that if you want more picture options, and I think Edith, that's what we were talking about, to upload your pictures and put it on Canva and use your own stuff. So don't get caught up into just purchasing it. Make sure you're going to use it first. Because I went a year before I started purchasing Canva because I was, I'm who I am.
Mhm.
Okay, so we've talked about what let's talk about what to charge a little bit more, just a little bit more. Because you're tracking your costs, notice I'm saying it in the present tense. Because you're tracking your costs of how much it costs you to buy this item, to build this item, because you're tracking it, it should be easy for you to determine what the cost should be. Now, hear me very well. If it costs you remember the example we did, it cost us $44 to make the initial bouquet or the item to sell. You're not going to sell it for $44 because you have $44 plus you don't put your time on it, put profit on it. I need you to change your mindset and say, oh, it took me an hour to make it. And if I made $20, no. Put your profit margin on it and then see what the normal profit margin is for something like that. Don't go below 10 because that gives you no flexibility. Because if you take an order and one of your items have went up in price, you can't go back. You shouldn't go back to the person who bought it and say, well, everything went up. So no, I paid you. I gave you 50% down or whatever. You don't want to change that. So remember how to build costs is based on your expenses. You want to include some profit. If it's something that's really time intensive, it may be something you want to only offer to a specific group. You may want to offer this only to whoever or whatever. You don't want to build a lot of those and have a lot of money tied into something you may not get a return on. And then remember, if they want it delivered, or if there's a delivery cost, if there's a mail cost, all my books come with, when people buy my books, there's a $5 fee. The reason there's a $5 fee is because I have to package it, put it together, remember, and somebody got to take it to the post office. So that's what the $5 fee. However, when someone purchases more than one book or several, I always add all this other stuff to it as a gift to them, because it's really not going to cost me the same, and I value them as a client. Does that make sense? So think about what you want to do there, and don't forget fees. Okay, so then the next thing is asking for money. A lot of people end up having a problem asking for money. I just needed to take a moment to talk about this. A lot of people will give their stuff away because they don't want to ask somebody to pay for it. You know how you give gifts away all the time? Didn't cost you anything less, but you keep on giving it away. I just want you to check yourself. And are you doing that because it's a good business move? Or are you doing it because you're not sure of the value that you bring to the table by your offer? Does that make sense? Both
A
of those
lot
are
of
not
sense.
okay. So both of those are not the same. So now if I'm in a very expensive, and I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I met somebody and they have a nice building, a business, and everybody walks by the entry and I said, oh, wow, it would be, I'm in there for a reason. I said, it'd be amazing if you had a beautiful plant right here. Man, that would be really nice. And they said, oh my God, yeah, it would be amazing. And so they said, well, I make plants, I make design, whatever. And they said, oh, okay. you heard me talk. Oh, okay. So let's say they don't want to purchase it, but but your clients are coming in the door. Let's say it's a good place and it has heavy foot traffic for your clients to come in and say, hey, I'll loan you. Notice how to say, yeah, I'll loan you one of my plants to put there. You can see if you like it. However, I need to put a banner or something on it, you know, something on it that said who created it. You know how you go into a thing and it says so and so, it was it's not for sale or it's for sale at a certain price, and then they tell you who made it in their website. So it becomes a marketing strategy for you. Notice I didn't say I gave them the plan. I didn't say I gave them. Now what you do is your business, but I didn't say I gave them the plan. So just consider that. And then the other thing is, when you look for opportunities, look at opportunities when you have people that really liked your service or they liked your service in the past. Get them to do a testimonial. Get them to say, oh my God, so-and-so did this for me, and this is the way it was before, and this is the way it is now, you know, whatever. But let it be a testimonial, and then you can use it, because eventually you're going to have a website. Eventually you're going to have all these other things. And you want them to put it on their social media and tag you. That links people back to you. So remember that, okay? And there's a difference. Like I offer discounts to people, like the $250 an hour. That's a discounted rate for me. So the reason I do that, I tell people this is what I do. I don't, number one, I don't do anything by hour. I mean, I know that sounds horrible, but I just don't. I do it based on productivity and profitability. That's the way my clients work. So when people say, well, how much are you hour? I don't do hour. I do based on productivity and profitability. So that's different, right? So you have to figure out what your model is. So make sure if you offer a discount, like when you first get started, you know how you want to say, well, you know, it'll be $30 or it'll be $50. I want you to change your mindset. Say the typical price, my typical price for this, and I'm just going to use an example, is $100. However, today, or for you, I'm going to give you a 25% discount. Or I'm going to give you whatever discount. It's just two things. It reminds people of the value that they got, number one. And number two, next time when they say, when you look at something, it's $100, they won't say, girl, your price is double. No, they didn't. It was 100. I gave you a 50% discount. It was always 100. Okay. So if you're not comfortable with your pricing and stuff like that, start there. Okay, collaborative partnerships. We've talked about this all the way through, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on it unless y'all have questions. So you can collaborate with a nonprofit. You can collaborate by being at events. You can collaborate by being at a table and share the expenses with somebody that you know, like, and trust. You can do that. Then look for online opportunities. I know that a lot of people want to do face-to-face or have a store kind of concept, but think about online opportunities based on what you're selling. Think about that. So online is the way a lot of people are going. Online businesses are just really increasing right now. So consider that. Now, we've already talked about the pay, how much it costs you to have the item. The library here, can't speak for there, allows me to go in and do classes that they can promote as a service to the community. Some of them are fee-based, some of them are free-based, but when they're free-based, I make sure that I'm in the area, the library that has the clientele that I'm looking for, all of that, right? So just make sure that you collaborate with people that have your people coming in the door, or gives you access to people that you're interested in working with. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is the end for today. So this is just a recap. We talked about resources in your hand. We've talked about other budgeting opportunities. Don't forget, Monday at noon Pacific Standard Time is your deadline for me to opportunity to do your budget. Monday at noon Pacific Standard Time, not 12:01. I'm an accountant. Y'all need to know that I'm like that. At 12:01, you are on grace and possibly mercy. 11:59, you in there. That's the way you need to handle your business. That's why we're doing this. So that you know how to handle your business. You need to be when an opportunity is provided, you need to make sure that you're in the zone. So when you hit the ball, you got it going on and run to the base. Keep on going, okay? We've talked about the Shamgar principle. We've talked about the budget model. I have 2, and I'll work those for y'all based on what we just talked about. I won't do it again. And then asking for money, we've just covered that. Or giving the items away. Make sure that if you decide that you're going to give items away, that it's going to, it becomes an advertising expense or something. So I just wanted to show you an example. These are cards. I don't know if y'all can see it. Maybe not. Yeah, let's try this. These are cards that I make, right? These are cards. This is one of the cards I make. On the back of this card has, remember I told you, it has my stuff on it. There's a reason. There's a reason. So if you get a card from me, 9 times out of 10, if I created it, it has my stuff on the back of it. So this is the little envelope. And this is another card. Just as an example. That's not gonna work well. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Probably not as cute, but yeah. Anyway, but my point for showing you is when you're in the room and you're at a call or whatever, or you do Zoom, or you're in space, make sure that you have your business set up in such a way that you can promote your business. What do? I'm with ABC Company. I'm the president and CEO. I need your mind to shift. Now, if it's for your company, you are whoever working for wherever, and you're in whatever position. But if you're on a platform and it's not for your company, then you need to use your company as it's what you're saying that you're there representing. Does that make sense? Because then they say, oh, you make that or you do that? They can say that. Oh, you're the CEO. Because you are. Do you understand, everybody? You're the CEO of your own company. You're the CEO of your company. So I just want to make sure you know that. So anyway, we talked about online training. So that is it for today. I do have this one hot item. I think I'm on. I am good. I have a few minutes. Okay. Questions or comments? Let's do that real quick. I'm sorry. Do y'all have any questions or comments? If y'all could do one favor for me, put one thing that you learned today in the chat before we come off. We're going to go to this. This is an added bonus, something you can do now. And this is actually something that Edith and so many of you have talked about. One of the things, this is the reason I set this up like this, is some of you talked about your kryptonite being focus. The other one that came up was fear. The other one was organization, stuff like that. This is going to help you. And I just wanted to provide you an opportunity to do this. Now, the deal with this is, I'm going to show you an example. You'll have this. The one that I would really like you to consider, especially, is to look at this one, how to make no content books fast with free software. That's one of my favorite words, y'all. Free software that works. So that should be one of your favorite words, free. Not free when people are looking at you, because you're going to invest your time, your energy, your money, and then you're going to provide a wonderful product. So this is something, but I'm going to show you something that I used. Let me see. That I did on this.
Will we be able to click on this? Because if it's on video form, we can't click it.
It's not a problem. I'm going to send it to you after your 12 o'clock deadline on Monday. I'm going to send you, I'm serious. I'm going to send you, I already have a package for y'all getting started. It's not just homework. It's slides like this, so you can click on them or have them.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I can make it better.
It's hard to do. What's hard to do is the budget, because I don't know the cost of things with Amazon yet.
Is the cost in your based on you doing what we talked about? I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna put this in the chat so y'all have it. Because I just tried to give myself some extra work, and I'm not trying to do that. Somebody else needed to show up, so I'm gonna give you the links, the YouTube link. Put it in chat. So let's talk about Amazon for just a sec. Amazon, if I understood what we talked about, Edith, is there's no cost for you to be a part of Amazon or provide that information to them. It is your time and your knowledge.
Oh,
There's no cost
There's
on your
this
side.
app
Oh,
right
oops.
here. It's called Audible.
sorry. Sorry, I pressed on the link and started
No,
playing.
no, you're fine. So that's part of it, right? So then I'm gonna go create journal. Let's give you this one. So you're going to end up with thank you, Dana. I like that. Thank you. There's another link. And then I'm going to give you the Canva link because y'all can save the chat. You do know that, right? You can save the chat. I'm going to give you the calendar. Okay, so let's talk about Amazon for just a sec. This is Canva. Amazon is they are a great platform to put stuff on to get the people in the door. Amazon has a platform for that. The issue with Amazon is they take your intellectual property and it's about intellectual property. It's not just about selling stuff on Amazon. Now they will take products, but if I understood what you were doing, Edith, you're not creating the product, they're going to create it and ship it. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to the website that I put out there from, his name is Paul Mars.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if you follow his stuff, you'll be floored. So, and do exactly what he says, because that's where I got in trouble. So, so what you're going to do is do exactly what he says, but this is the key with Amazon. Amazon is about building their business and keeping people on their platform. So anything that you sell, if you sell something, when you sell something, that's when you get money. You may have something out there and it doesn't sell. However, let me go here. Amazon, can I do Amazon? So what it's up to you, but it helps their platform because they have all this wonderful stuff out there that's new. Does that make sense? The key with Amazon is they provide you leads, but the people make the decision. The people make the decision of what they want, but they provide you a platform where you can honestly sell products and stuff like that. And I like Amazon. You don't get as much money, but I haven't done anything. And I'm going to show you the final example, if I may have a few more minutes. Let me show you one example. What's supposed to be happening. Let's see. Nope, let's go to Amazon. So under Amazon, I'm gonna share my screen for just a sec. Y'all will get a chance to watch me do this again. So under Amazon, there's two things I would like to show you. One I didn't anticipate, but the first one I'm gonna deal with what we have for Edith. I'm going to put JB Lloyd. Okay. Under JB Lloyd, as soon as you do the one thing, you end up being an author. Okay, it's going to come up eventually. Let me close some of this stuff. My computer's screaming at me like, what are you doing? Okay, so it's coming up. So should be under books. Let's try this. JB Lloyd. books.
Do they also have somebody I can ask questions to on Amazon? Like if I have questions about, what they're selling, that kind of notebook or.
You're selling?
Oh, no, just like, let's say that, they give the sizes and the types of journals that are available, but maybe I just need to order a couple of them because I don't know the feel of the paper, how thick they are. Do you know what I mean? A description won't tell me exactly what it looks like.
Okay, so this is the deal. On Amazon, there's two ways to handle it. One is where you provide them the quality and the service and stuff that you desire. The other one is, and they give you the option to pick paper and stuff like that. But okay, so I'm gonna give you, am I sharing my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this notebook right here is the
Mhm.
one that I did.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice.
Okay, so I'm going to say something. I have this thing about, I'm gonna tell one of my secrets. I used to have this thing that I'm working on. I'm not gonna accept it anymore. Being a perfectionist. That I want, and I have control issues, in case y'all didn't know. So I have control issues too. So I wanted to control it. However, what I decided is that this was my first one, my first rodeo. This is the workbook. Notice who it says. It says J.B. Lloyd, author. Not that I have other books, but immediately when you do a workbook, it shows you up as an author. So your pendants, you hear what I'm saying? So, and then this is what I like about Amazon. You can buy it today and it's going to be delivered at your house on May 2nd.
Yeah.
It doesn't require
Fantastic.
Johnnie.
Yeah.
It doesn't require me. So it's
Mhm.
according to how much control do you have? I mean, do you want? Right? Now, I have other books on Amazon, and so, but they do them. But I have books, if you buy them off of my website, then they are packaged and you get all these extra stuff, potentially. But if you buy them from Amazon, you get whatever Amazon sends you, which is a book and a receipt. If you order from my website, this is the way I say it. I said, you get a personalized copy, signed, personalized copy by the author. You're not going to get that from Amazon because I didn't sign any of those books. You see what I'm saying? So what I recommend is that we not make some things, don't do what I do. Don't make it difficult. Don't do it your own way. Do it, follow the directions the guy gives you. I'm telling you, if you follow his directions, it's priceless. And then this is the other thing Amazon will allow you. When you do it, they will allow you, the author, to order books at a cheaper price. Now you can't order 50 books. You can't, they ain't gonna play that. You can order 2 or 3 books to see what the person will get in their hand. And so, and if you want to make any changes, then you get a chance to make changes, but you get a chance to see it. Let me show you a mistake I made. Do I have a couple minutes? Yeah, I'm over actually almost. So one mistake I made, that's why y'all here to see, because you don't want to do what I did, right? You want to do better. Okay. I love the book cover. And I created this from what the guy that I emailed text that I sent you in the chat. I created this based on line by line, precept against precept of what he said do.
Wow.
After I did it the right way. So inside the book, because he said leave it blank. I thought that was a great idea. And I said, this has been on my list for 2 years to do. I said, I'm gonna knock it out. It was about getting it done. So copyrighted material. Do y'all see anything on these pages?
No.
But it was sold as a blank, hear me, it was sold as a blank book. It says line notebook. It says it's blank, 120 blank line pages.
Mhm.
So when I do it again, and I'm gonna put, I have all these quotes that I already have. I have all this other stuff. I want to put it in the book. So I'm gonna put nice quotes in it and stuff like that. And I believe that will increase my sales. Does that make sense?
Why
Okay.
do you copyright just align pages?
It's not the line pages. It's copyrighted because it's an author.
I see. Okay.
It's considered content. I mean, even though it's not on there, it's considered content. I didn't type copyright on the page.
Ah, I see.
It was part of what they did when they uploaded it. And they do check it. And if there's anything wrong, they'll send you an email. Trust me, I know that. How would I know that? Okay, so let's do one other thing that I didn't plan, but this is on your give back. So everybody say give back.
Give back.
Do you
Give back.
use Amazon?
Yes.
Do you use Amazon?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so on your give back, what are they trying to? I don't want to create a coffee. Anyway, I just told you about distractions, right? I have issues. So on the give back, this is what I ask people to consider. I'm not telling you who to give it to, but I'm telling you that this is an amazing tool that Amazon has. So under a program, Amazon has this, and it's called, I tell everybody to order everything just like normal on your normal account. But when you get ready to come out and purchase, just add the word, you have to type right, Johnny. Smile. And it's Smile Amazon. And you say, why Smile Amazon? It's because Amazon has an amazing opportunity that they give money back to the community. They give it back to nonprofits. So you can go under Smile Amazon and determine, oh, that ain't gonna work. Okay, so no problem. There we go. It's Smile.Amazon. Okay, so they give back. Check this out. Amazon gives away, I think it's, this is only about 5%. And this is the organization I give back. Oh, here it is. Thank you. Can I dismiss that and then hit on this? Amazon has given, you see this number? That's how much they've given back to charities. Now I give mine to I'm not telling you to give to mine. You can give it to your ministry. You can give it to St. Jude. But you have to look them up. Whoever the organization is, look them up. And the reason I'm telling you this is because this doesn't cost you anything extra.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't count. And that's why I tell people, I said, order your stuff on the regular site. But before you come out, hit smile.com. Just put smile. And then exactly where you were. It takes you to the same place where you were, but whoever your nonprofit is will get 5% of whatever Amazon purchase you purchase. Not everything qualifies. If it's from a vendor, it does not qualify. It only qualifies if Amazon is the person who did it. Okay.
So you have to do it right after you ordered. You can't go back and do it on stuff you already ordered.
Mm-mm. Smart move on Amazon. Can I just say that? But let me tell you why. You have to designate now, and then what will happen is, I'm gonna stop share. What will happen is that anything that you do from this point forward, but you still have to go to Smile to do it. Okay. So what you do is you look up under the smile.amazon, you look up the organization that you want to give to. You make sure that they're on there. You follow the prompts. It tells you what to do. And then every time you give, you can't change it every time. You give. And then so when you buy what you buy, I don't even worry about it. Whatever I'm buying. Then when I go to Smile, I always pay under Smile so that anything that qualifies, I automatically get. It's not about me trying to, me buying something special or me doing a certain thing. It's just whatever qualifies. And you saw the amount. It was only a few dollars, but imagine 100 people doing that. How it would impact an organization. Amazon has given away $300 million. I'm just saying it's a nice way for you to think. And let me tell you the strategy. Can I give you one other thing? the strategy is when you go in and you're looking for something that separates you from another vendor, another supplier, a person who's providing services, you can legally, listen to me, you can legally say a portion. Now I give my tithe, so I'm special. So a portion of everything goes back to a nonprofit. So if I'm looking at two people that have services and you give back to the community or a nonprofit, I'm probably going to work with you as long as it's similar. You know why? You have a social piece in what you're providing. It really connects to millennials. It really connects to Gen Xers, and it really connects to boomers. But I'm not telling you to do it for that reason. I'm telling you to do it because it's about a mindset shift, to give part away to sow back into an organization that is not you. I think it's a powerful thing. Okay, so I am over time. Thank you for grace.
Okay, everyone.
Thank
Are there
you.
any questions before we close out? Just want to ensure that you have all your questions answered. You've gotten your instructions for your assignment that would be due on Monday by 11:59 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's
Oh, girl, rock it. That's
1 minute
no
before
PM.
noon.
Isn't it PM?
I
Oh,
thought
you
you said
understand? 89, 59. No, you're
Yeah,
on point. You're on
yeah.
point. I'm in the zone. I'm in
yeah,
it.
11:59 a.m. That 1 minute puts you into the noon hour, right? And so just want to encourage you to follow the instructions. I believe that Ms. Johnnie also said if you have any questions, you can email her. So you want to take full advantage of that. We have one more session, and that session is going to be on May 14th. That's our last session. And we have done so well and just being able to keep up. Those of you that have been getting your assignments in on time, I want to say kudos to you, because it is more to your advantage than it is for anybody else's. And so I reiterate, everything that Ms. Johnnie's talking about is about really trying to get you in the right headspace, get you in the right frame of mind, because she can't do for you what you won't do for yourself. It's getting you out of the mindset that you can't, but that if you're committed to it, if you're dedicated to it, you can move forward. And so I just want to just give you all the kudos for your commitment thus far, and look forward to how everything is going to manifest for you as you stay committed and moving forward. Thank you so much, Ms. Johnnie. We really appreciate you. I'm going to stop the recording now.